Jews, I think. There's cultural Jews.
Where's my glasses?
And then there's
What is up,
Messianic Jews. And Messianic Jews believe that Christ has come. The other ones believe that he hasn't come yet.
Right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I hate to interrupt
your
Luke.
Welcome.
Religious holy war.
Hi, Luke.
Let's bring on our motherfucking guest of honor. What's up, LUKEGTV?
What is up?
Hey, what's going on, brothers and sisters?
Hey, man.
Hold on one second. Hey, man, what's going on? Hey, not much, man. Just, we're just chilling in the northern hemisphere of the United States. I like to call America.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah. Minnesota. I thought I told you.
What's your temperatures like up there?
Shit, today it was pretty hot. It was like 83.
Shit. I wished it was 83 here.
Yeah, probably 83 now.
For real? What states you guys coming from? Memphis?
Yeah, Memphis area.
Michigan. Where's Luke from?
Secular LUKEGTV.
Yo, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hey, there's an echo. Can you close your other tab so that you're just on the stream?
Yeah. It's because this is on fucking speaker. Hold on, I'll turn that. Here, turn the speaker off, babe.
Bam.
Here we go. All right. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Man.
Hey Luke, dude. What's up?
Dude, not too much. So, I've been off heroin for coming up on 3 months. April 3rd is my sober date. And I thought I just got my girlfriend pregnant, but turns out she's not pregnant, so hallelujah.
Turns out she's a fucking man.
Yeah, no way. Well, I hope not. Are you a man? Fuck, that would suck. I'd be so mad. Where's Birdman's drug stories?
He might be in the store.
Where's Ryan Leone?
He doesn't come here.
I don't know.
He's probably using his Patreon money to smoke fucking crack.
Luke, let me ask you a question. Were you shooting or snorting it?
When I was doing heroin. I've been doing heroin off and on for 11, 12 years, but pretty much always shooting it. I mean, sometimes I was getting really good fentanyl that I would just smoke, but pretty much always shooting it because I've been on, I like the last time I was on fentanyl, I was on methadone and I was on 100 milligrams. So my tolerance was so high that I could do the strongest fucking fentanyl and it would be pretty hard for me to OD even off that shit.
Why'd you do the first one? You didn't know that you were getting into something that could possibly be addictive and life-threatening?
No, I've been doing heroin since 2010, bro.
Why'd you start it in the first place? What happened?
Shit happens, man.
I mean, so basically, okay, so I
sum it up.
Okay, I grew up in a rich community called Minnetonka in Minnesota. Not that has anything to do with it, but for whatever reason, our high school, it just seemed like the motto was like drugs. When I was a kid, like drugs were introduced to me as like that was what was cool. Like if you were the shit, you sold drugs and you get hella pussy and you sell hella drugs, and that's how you're the shit. Like that was just my mind.
Yeah, it's like immature social
and for whatever reason, those were my role models. Were drug dealers, like
how old
in
are
the
you?
suburbs, like suburban drug dealers. So I became this suburban drug dealer, and then just I guess a byproduct of being a drug dealer is you're introduced to a lot of different drugs. And
how old are you?
Heroin became one of those, and as soon as I did heroin, it became every day. Like when I did other drugs, I didn't need to do it every day, but when I did heroin, for some reason I liked it so much that I had to do it every single day. I felt like it was like I had been missing this my whole life, and I felt like the fucking puzzle. The puzzle piece has been figured out. Like I figured out what's wrong with my life. I didn't have this.
It's like you were looking for something.
Exactly.
How old are you?
And that's kind of how it was. But and I've been chasing that high since 2010, like I said. But you know, I'm at the point where I'm 32. I've been through the ups and downs. I chased the bullshit. I'm on methadone still, but I have no desire to do it anymore because
you're in that same age range kind of with me.
First of all, the golden days of heroin are over. It's all fentanyl or opioid analogs. Yeah. There's no, I mean, there still is some real heroin, but it's few and far between. And
it's mixed with fentanyl.
Yeah, it's like you can still get real heroin in Minneapolis sometimes, but it's like $160 a gram, and it's really expensive.
Oh my God!
It's whatever. It's just not worth it. It never was worth it, but it surely isn't worth it now.
Whenever I was doing it like 10 years ago, I was a heroin addict, and I was shooting at the end, for the last 7 months of it, and we were only paying like $100 a gram.
Yeah, I mean that's what we pay now, but it really depends. Like if you want real deal, like Mexican number 4, that's like $150 a gram in Minnesota. But if you want like fentanyl mixed dope, then that could be like $80 to $100.
Okay, look, really let me interrupt so fucking hard right now, Luke. While I have you here, can I have you talk to me about the ISO fentanyl that you explained to me the other day? It's very interesting, and I really want to hear it.
Oh yeah,
the ISO. I'll tell you what I know, and I believe that the last dope I was doing was with ISO. I can't prove it, but just based on the symptoms I went through. So isotonazine is it actually what isotonazine is it actually is an analog. It's a fentanyl analog, surprisingly, but it's like a cousin of
fentanyl.
It's
but
okay,
and that's kind of like what's going on.
Or maybe like it's like a half the.
There's thousands of different fentanyl analogs, and within different fentanyl analogs, there's different classes within the fentanyl analogs. So, carfentanil analogs. There's like 16 different carfentanil analogs, and that's a class within fentanyl analogs. And these isotonazine analogs, that's a different class within fentanyl analogs. So there's like isotonazine, mesotonazine, xylazine. That's a popular one you see on like Vice and like documentaries. Xylazine. But there's like 20 different xylazine, mesotonazine, et cetera, et cetera. There's like 20 different ones of those. So it's not just ISO. There's like 20 different classes that go with ISO, and there's a bunch of different drugs. But anyways, they're lipophilic, so they store in your fat cells. So basically, the thing with these drugs is it takes a long time to start going into withdrawal. But then when you do go into withdrawal, it lasts a long time, and you can't take Suboxone for a long time either because it stays within your fat. You'll get precipitated withdrawals.
That's why I wanted to have Luke talk about this, because the shit he was saying the other day sounds exactly like the shit we were going through. And honestly, we might have thought it was the Fetty, but it was probably just the ISO.
Look, it took 48 hours before I could take
ISO is the new Fetty, I'm telling you. I mean,
listen, it took 48 hours.
All the symptoms Luke was talking about was the shit I went through.
48 hours we had to wait almost before we could take the Suboxone in order to otherwise you would be throwing up hard, like harder than you've ever thrown up in your entire life.
It's almost like by day 2 you had the fucking restless leg syndrome.
But you could take subs.
It was tolerable, but it was like when you cold turkeyed that shit, oh my God, you felt the wrath of Satan.
Listen, you guys, listen.
We only had like maybe a half of a Suboxone strip to last us, so.
Can I say?
And I think we only used like half of that.
I want to challenge everybody here. I want to go World War II era generation mindset on everybody. I'm going to be old Sarge. Shit. I'm going to be old Sarge. Did anybody on here that used heroin stop to think about how your behavior affected the community, how it contributed to the decay of society, and shouldn't you ought to be a little bit ashamed of yourselves?
While I was on it most of the time,
Absolutely.
no.
I'm including myself.
No, hold on.
Dark
Look,
sure, bro.
no.
Like,
on the heroin, he's talking about the heroin.
The shit I did when I was on dope was fucking deplorable. I'm not even gonna fucking deny that, man.
Have you
I'm embarrassed of myself, man. I really, truly am.
See, whenever I was on the heroin, I'm not talking about fentanyl, I'm talking about heroin. When I was on the heroin, most of the time I didn't feel bad until I started coming down. And then I started feeling guilty when I was coming down.
Right. I have a lady friend that does dates to support her habit, and we talked a lot about it. And she said that she'll do it, she'll get high again so she can forget about what she just did.
That's kind of how it was for me until I hit that breaking point. And whenever I walked away, I walked away
to numb you at that point.
Yeah.
For the
I was like 9.5 years clean whenever I started fentanyl.
Wow.
I was 9.5 years sober from heroin whenever I started that fentanyl. I hadn't touched anything, not even a pain pill, except for ibuprofen or Tylenol. Now we're at 84 days since we've used anything.
You guys are up on your chemistry and biology related to addiction.
Oh, if you think that's impressive, have you ever heard of Mars World?
Yeah, I have. I know you guys had something going for a while.
Look, Mars was talking just like Luke. He could tell you the chemical motherfucking components to a T.
Except for Luke. Except for Luke's not an idiot.
That's why I wanted to bring Luke on, because he knows what he's talking about. He's been there, done that kind of situation, you know?
Mars is a whole different story. Luke is somebody's completely different. I've paid attention.
Well, Luke is more real life compared to Mars.
Hey, look, there's this beautiful girl.
Yeah, she's great.
Hey, babe.
She puts up with my bullshit every day.
You got a good girl there, Luke.
That's a good woman.
She is, bro. She's been clean for 3 years.
You better hang on to her. You better treat her good,
bro.
bro.
She works in a treatment center, and she doesn't put up with my bullshit, bro. Like, we were at the pizza today, and there was an opportunity for me to do some coke, and like I wanted to do it, but like I didn't do it because she was there, and I knew it would disappoint her.
Better marry.
She talked me through it, and she like helped me not do it, and it was
good girl.
She better marry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's the shit. She's my rock for sure.
Anybody that encourages you to do better is an amazing thing, especially when you're in sobriety.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've never had this person in my life.
I wasn't working before. Sorry.
It's crazy. Honestly, like I'm just like it's just
popping off for Luke G, man, because his girl's sitting by his side. That's what I'm talking about.
For real.
That's right. Luke G got a real one there, boy.
Boy, I stay by my.
I gotta ride or die on the ride. Hey, but so